It is clear that his priority is to wear the white jersey and fulfill his dream of playing at the Santiago Bernabéu. Despite superior economic offers, the Englishman has rejected them all, demonstrating that his desire to join Real Madrid goes beyond financial interests. The right-back position is an area that Real Madrid has sought to strengthen in recent years. Although Dani Carvajal has been a stalwart on the right flank and has shown unwavering commitment to the club, injuries and the passage of time have made it evident that a quality replacement and a player capable of competing for the position is needed. The arrival of Alexander-Arnold would not only fill this need, but also add an offensive and creative profile that could bring a new dimension to the team's game. The possible transfer of Alexander-Arnold also raises questions about the future of players like Lucas Vazquez, who has played as a right-back on several occasions, and Carvajal, whose historical importance to the club could see his participation in the starting lineup reduced. However, internal competition has always been a hallmark of Real Madrid, and having several quality players in each position is essential to maintain the competitive level and meet all the challenges of the season. The economic operation to finalize the transfer of the Englishman will not be simple. There is talk an amount close to 80 million euros, a considerable sum, but in line with the value and quality of the player. Real Madrid has demonstrated solid and responsible financial management in recent years, avoiding excessive spending and focusing on strategic transfers that strengthen key positions. The incorporation of Alexander-Arnold will be proof of this planning and long-term vision, ensuring a quality right back for the coming seasons. In addition to the sporting aspect, the transfer of Alexander-Arnold would have a significant impact in terms of marketing and media projection. The Englishman is one of the most recognized players in the world, and his arrival at Real Madrid would further strengthen the club's global image. The English market, always attractive for major European clubs, would see with interest the arrival of one of its most talented footballers in the most successful team in Champions League history. The possible arrival of Alexander-Arnold at Real Madrid would also generate expectations about how he would adapt to the team's style of play in Carlo Ancelotti's tactical system. The Italian has proven to be a flexible coach, capable of adjusting his strategy according to the characteristics of his players. Having a right back with the offensive and creative abilities of the Englishman would open up new tactical options for Real Madrid, allowing for variation between a four-defender system or even a scheme with more advanced fullbacks. From the Madrid perspective, the incorporation of Alexander-Arnold would be seen as a success and a demonstration of ambition on the part of the club. Real Madrid has always sought the best players in the world, and having one of the most talented and promising fullbacks of the moment would be a statement of intent to continue competing at the highest level. The white fans, known for their demanding nature and love of beautiful football, would surely welcome the arrival of the Englishman with enthusiasm, hoping that his talent and quality translate into titles and successes for the club. However, it is also important to know the opinion of the merengue fans. What do you think about the possible arrival of Alexander-Arnold at Real Madrid? Do you think he is the right transfer to strengthen the right flank and give a qualitative boost to the team? Or do you believe that the club's economic resources should be allocated to other positions? The history of Real Madrid is filled with great fullbacks, from Michel Salgado to Dani Carvajal, through players like Roberto Carlos and Marcelo, who revolutionized the concept of the offensive fullback. Will Alexander-Arnold be able to leave his mark and become another legend at the Santiago Bernabéu? What is certain is that if the transfer is finalized, Real Madrid would take a step forward in its constant quest for excellence and maintaining its position at the top of world football. The arrival of Alexander-Arnold would be a demonstration of ambition and a vision for the future, ensuring a proven quality player for present and future challenges. The merengue fans eagerly await the outcome of this operation and dream of seeing the English fullback with a white jersey and leave his mark in the history of the greatest club in the world. The White House seems on the verge of pulling off one of the most devastating and symbolic moves in recent Spanish football history. The Lamine Yamal operation is advancing rapidly, and everything indicates that the young prodigy of FC Barcelona, considered one of the greatest promises of world football, will wear the white jersey starting in the summer of 2026. This transfer, if completed, promises to be one of the most controversial and media-covered moves in recent years, inevitably recalling the famous Figo case, which left an indelible scar, an acute memory, and an invaluable trophy in the Real Madrid trophy room. Lamine Yamal has already informed the FC Barcelona management that he will not renew his contract, which expires in 2026, and his refusal was a blow to the offices of the Camp Nou. Joan Laporta, president of the Catalan club, had promised on several occasions that the young winger will be the future of FC Barcelona, the flagship of a project based on training and the pride of La Masia. However, reality seems to have categorically contradicted him. The player's entourage and his representative, the powerful Jorge Mendes, have clearly indicated that Lamine's intention is to wear the white jersey and follow in the footsteps of historical figures who turned betrayal of FC Barcelona into an act of greatness and ambition. In a desperate attempt to avoid disaster, FC Barcelona offered Lamine Yamal to Bayern Munich for an amount close to 100 million euros. The intention of the Kuhl management is clear: to avoid at all costs the young talent joining the Santiago Bernabéu, the temple of the eternal enemy. However, everything indicates that this maneuver is nothing more than a futile attempt to save face in an already lost situation. Lamine has made his decision, and nothing seems able to change it. His wish is to fulfill his contract with FC Barcelona until the last day and then leave for Real Madrid as a free agent, allowing the white club to welcome him without paying a single euro in transfer fees. For the Madrid fans, this operation is seen as a masterstroke by Florentino Perez, a president who has demonstrated over the years an unparalleled skill in managing timing and executing historic transfers. Florentino knows that the power of Real Madrid does not lie solely in money, but also in mystique, history, and the club's ability to seduce the world's most talented footballers. If in the year 2000 the transfer of Figo was a symbol of power and domination, that of Lamine Yamal could become the definitive blow to reaffirm the supremacy of the white club over FC Barcelona in the modern era. The Lamine Yamal case has sparked a heated debate among fans of both teams. The Kuhls, hurt and disenchanted, criticize Laporta's management and wonder how it is possible that a gem from La Masia, raised in the Blaugrana DNA, prefers the money and glamour of Real Madrid over Kuhl sentiment. Banners labeling Lamine a traitor have already been seen around the Camp Nou, while FC Barcelona fans are divided between those who consider him a mercenary and those who directly blame the management for failing to retain its most promising talents. On the other hand, Madrid fans celebrate and rub their hands at the idea of seeing Lamine Yamal wear the white jersey. What does this transfer really mean for Real Madrid, beyond the undisputed quality of the young winger? What his arrival truly represents is a moral victory, a demonstration that the power of the white club transcends the offices and is established in the collective imagination as the pinnacle of football success. Real Madrid would not only be recruiting a talented player, it would be snatching FC Barcelona's greatest promise, weakening its rival and strengthening itself at its expense. The role of Jorge Mendes in this entire operation also deserves in-depth analysis. The Portuguese agent has managed the timing and negotiations impeccably, always prioritizing the player's interests and his clear desire to wear the white jersey. Mendes, known for his close relationship with Florentino Perez and his ability to execute complex operations, has cornered Joan Laporta, who seems unable to stop the disaster. The relationship between Mendes and the Kuhl management has been broken for a long time, which has made things easier for Real Madrid. Lamine Yamal, aware of the magnitude of his decision, has kept a low profile, avoiding public statements and leaving everything in the hands of his representative and family. However, rumors indicate that the young winger dreams of playing at the Santiago Bernabéu, competing in the Champions League, and sharing the locker room with established figures like Vinicius, Bellingham, and Rodrigo. Real Madrid, in full reconstruction and looking to the future, sees in Lamine Yamal a player capable of marking an era and establishing himself as one of the great stars of world football. But what do the Madrid fans think about this possible transfer? Do they think Lamine Yamal is ready to handle the pressure and expectations of playing for the most demanding club in the world? Is it right to take advantage of FC Barcelona's institutional crisis to strengthen at its expense? Some already dream of seeing Lamine Yamal score goals in the Clásicos and silence a Camp Nou that once idolized him. Others wonder if it is fair to welcome a player who betrays his own club, even if that betrayal is against the eternal rival. FC Barcelona, meanwhile, is going through moments of tension and uncertainty. Laporta, who had promised a solid and lasting project based on training, faces a critical situation that could blow up his management. The possibility of losing Lamine Yamal without receiving a single euro is seen as a resounding failure, further proof of FC Barcelona's inability to retain its stars and compete with the economic and symbolic power of Real Madrid. If Lamine Yamal finally joins the Santiago Bernabéu in the summer of 2026, he will do so as a protagonist of an unforgettable chapter in the history of Spanish football, a chapter that will speak of betrayal, power, and Real Madrid's ability to impose itself in decisive moments. History is being written, and everything indicates that the outcome will, once again, favor the white club. The Lamine Yamal case promises to continue making headlines, and the Madrid fans, with hope and anticipation, await the moment when the young talent crosses the threshold of the Santiago Bernabéu and dons a white jersey, ready to mark an era and leave an indelible mark in the history of the greatest club in the world. Leave your opinion in the comments.